Hi, Market Mogul readers. Want to know what people at Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Bain & Co. read every morning? The Daily Breakfast Briefing. Get all the insights you need in a short, sharp email, and it's free forever. Just sign up at themarketmogul.com. Welcome. You're listening to articles on themarketmogul.com. A New Beginning for Spain by Alexander Cashinero Vasilievich. After 300 days, countless negotiations, 2 general elections, and the possibility of a third round being held on Christmas Day, Spain finally has a functioning government. For the past 40 years, Spain has been alternating between 2 main political parties since its transition to democracy in 1977. The once stable system has begun showing signs of weakness, for reasons mirrored in other jurisdictions within Europe, Latin America, and even the United States. The many problems Spain faces. A lethal cocktail of what seemed to be a never-ending recession, sky-high unemployment rates of 26%, and a generation of millennials with different expectations from those of the baby boomer generation has led to the recent birth of 2 new political parties. This sea of change has defied the traditional duopoly between the center-right People's Party and the Socialist Party, PSOE. One of the new parties, Ciudadanos, is a centrist liberal bloc in the European tradition with strong backing by members of the educated upper middle class. Podemos, the alternative left-wing newcomer, drives populist rhetoric to advance a neo-Marxist agenda and has been accused of receiving funding from Iran and Venezuela. These 4 opposing sides have managed to cause a deadlock in the Spanish government. The People's Party did not have sufficient backing in parliament to support a government led by the previous Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy. The PSOE was not strong enough either and was unable to obtain a sufficient majority to become a viable alternative to the centre-right party. It has taken 10 months for Spain to learn how to form a parliamentarian minority government. Going forward, the solution to this conundrum came with the beheading of the centre-left party leader, who had attempted to ally with the People's Party and Ciudadanos parties from the outset. PSOE even toyed with the possibility of collaborating with Podemos and separatist parties from the Catalonian region. The latter is precisely what triggered an internal rebellion within the PSOE party, which ultimately turned on its leader, Pedro Sanchez, and opened the door for Mariano Rajoy to govern, albeit through a parliamentarian minority. This new status will force Rajoy to constantly negotiate and communicate all legislative procedures with his counterparties, including the upcoming 2017 fiscal budget. Demands from Brussels to reform spending had been delayed as a result of the non-existing government. However, their requests will soon come in full force, and there is work to be done. An increase in VAT, stricter controls on Spanish regional governments, as well as processes to award public contracts are some of the key points. In conclusion, Spain faces a demographic crisis, and Brussels is calling for a revamp in the financing of the social security system. Spain's government will face pressure to manage conflicting priorities, and its budget deficit is forecast to be 4.9% of gross GDP for 2016, above the 4.6 limit imposed by Brussels. Many tailwinds are pushing the Spanish economy, including lower oil prices, a booming tourism industry, and readily available credit. Now that the government has been formed, big challenges remain ahead, namely the learning of how to govern on the basis of parliamentary support, short of absolute majority, and not allowing politics to get in the way of an encouraging economy.